Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're unlocking the fascinating story behind a true gem in British coinage. First up, the 1920 ultra-rare UK 1 penny with no mint mark. Now, at first glance, a 1920 British penny might not seem like much. It's small, simple, and made of metal that doesn't shine like gold. But this particular version, the one with no mint mark, is anything but ordinary. It is rare, it is historic, and yes, it is valuable. Let's rewind to the year 1920. The world had just emerged from the devastation of World War I. The United Kingdom was rebuilding its economy, its industry, and its confidence. In the middle of this economic transition, the Royal Mint made a pivotal decision to change the metal composition of its coinage. The old bronze alloy was replaced by a new, slightly different mix to reduce cost and respond to material shortages. The 1920 penny marked the beginning of this shift. But not all coins were struck equally. Among the many pennies produced that year, a very limited number were struck without any mint mark, and those are the ones that became the legends of British coin collecting. Why is the absence of a mint mark so important? Because mint marks help identify where a coin was produced or issued. A missing mint mark often signals a trial piece, a limited production run, or even a presentation coin, one made for officials or VIPs, not for everyday circulation. It was never intended to be common. The exact number of these no mint mark 1920 pennies is unknown, but collectors agree they are incredibly rare. And when rarity meets history, value skyrockets. That's exactly what happened with this coin. Surviving examples, especially in good condition, are now being sold for jaw-dropping amounts. So how much is it really worth today? While most average condition old pennies are worth just a few dollars, the 1920 no mint mark penny in high-grade or proof-like condition has sold for as much as $8,200 in top-tier auctions. That's right, over $8,000 for a 1 penny coin. That's not just rare, that's extraordinary. But we're not done yet. The value of this coin is expected to grow even higher. With interest in numismatics rising globally and more investors turning toward rare collectibles, this penny is becoming a hot commodity. Some experts suggest that its value could climb to $10,000 or more in the next few years, especially if the coin is sealed and professionally graded. That brings us to a key point. If you have a coin like this, do not leave it exposed. To unlock its full potential, it should be sent to a professional grading service like NGC or PCGS. Once sealed in a tamper-proof holder with a certification, its authenticity and condition are protected, and the market value can easily double. This coin is not just for hardcore collectors. It's for anyone who loves history. Imagine holding a coin that was minted at the dawn of a new economic age, that passed through the hands of people who lived through the Great War, who saw the world change and hoped for better days. This is more than currency, it's connection. And believe it or not, these coins may still be hiding in plain sight. Many people have inherited old collections from grandparents or found coins tucked in books, boxes, and jars. The 1920 no mint mark penny could very well be waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. So what should you do if you think you have one? First, examine it carefully. Look for the date, 1920, and make sure there is no mint mark below the date or around the edges. Then, compare the coin's condition to known examples online. If it looks promising, send it for authentication. You could be sitting on a mini fortune. Should you keep it? Absolutely, especially if it's ungraded or in good condition. As time goes on, fewer examples will remain in collectible shape. That means your coin will only become more valuable. It's an investment, a piece of history, and possibly the centerpiece of your personal collection. But if you ever choose to sell it, you'll have options. High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Spink, or D&W Auctions often accept rare British coins. You can also list it on marketplaces like eBay or Great Collections, but always include the grading certification for maximum return. This coin is not just valuable, it's iconic. It represents resilience, change, and legacy. The no mint mark 1920 penny is more than just metal. It's a symbol of a world rebuilding and a mint responding to the pressures of a new era. It's one of those rare items where value comes from both scarcity and story. If you're watching this video and thinking, maybe I should check that old coin jar, do it. Now is the time. Because opportunities like this are rare, just like the coin itself. Next up, the 1937 ultra-rare UK 1 penny, no Mintmark edition. Get ready, because this isn't just a coin, it's a time capsule. Picture this, the year is 1937. The British Empire is standing at the crossroads of tradition and change. A young King George VI has just taken the throne following the dramatic abdication of his brother, Edward VIII. Britain is preparing for a new chapter, and the Royal Mint is doing the same, striking coins that would mark a new era. And among those coins is the legendary 1937 1 penny. Now here's the twist. The 1937 penny without a Mintmark is not something you see every day. Most coins from this year bear subtle markings or were struck in vast numbers. But a small number, extremely small, were minted without any distinguishing Mintmark. That lack of a Mintmark? That's what makes it rare. That's what makes it special. And yes, that's what makes it valuable. Why would a coin be minted without a Mintmark? Sometimes it's an intentional design choice. Other times it's the result of test strikes, experimental batches, or transitional runs. In the case of the 1937 penny, numismatists believe these no Mintmark coins could have been early proofs, pre-production samples, or presentation coins, never intended for general circulation. Only a few found their way out of the mint and into the world. And those few are now treasures. So how rare is it really? Let's just say that collectors across the globe have spent years, even decades, searching for just one authentic specimen. When a coin like this surfaces, it becomes a headline, an auction highlight, a centerpiece of a collection. It's more than a penny, it's a prized possession. Let's talk value. A verified 1937 no Mintmark penny in brilliant, uncirculated or proof-like condition has the potential to fetch a maximum price of up to $12,000 in today's high-end collector's market. That's right, $12,000 for a 1 penny coin. And as interest in rare coins continues to surge, this number can absolutely rise in the years ahead. In 2025, the current market for rare pre-World War II coins is booming. Collectors are more passionate, more connected, and more eager than ever before. As more people become aware of these hidden gems, the demand grows, and so does the value. That means if you're holding on to a 1937 penny with no Mintmark, you could be holding on to a serious asset. Could the value go higher in the future? Absolutely. With increased visibility through platforms like YouTube, online auctions, and collector communities, coins like this are no longer hidden secrets. They're gaining fame, and fame drives price. Some experts predict that in the next 10 to 15 years, this penny could break past the $15,000 mark at elite coin auctions. It's easy to underestimate the value of something as small and old as a penny. But this is why coin collecting is so magical. Every coin has a story, and when that story includes royal succession, minting mysteries, and historical significance, you have the perfect recipe for long-term value. The detail on this coin is stunning. King George VI's portrait is youthful and regal, a symbol of stability in uncertain times. On the reverse, Britannia stands proudly, a design that has endured through centuries of British coinage. When you hold this coin, you're not just touching copper. You're touching legacy. Now, imagine the thrill of discovering this rare coin in a family heirloom box, an old drawer, or even a local market. That's the beauty of numismatics. Treasure doesn't always glisten in gold. Sometimes, it hides in plain sight. If you suspect you own one of these 1937 no Mintmark pennies, now is the time to act. Get it graded, certified, and appraised by a trusted professional. A clean, authenticated coin with no scratches or corrosion will command a much higher value and possibly change your financial story overnight. To our viewers, don't wait. Start checking your old collections, your parents' or grandparents' coin boxes, and those forgotten piggy banks. The 1937 no Mintmark penny is one of those hidden treasures that could still be out there. And if you find one, you're not just finding a coin, you're finding a fortune. As you've seen today, coins aren't just currency, they're culture, history, and investment. The 1937 ultra-rare no Mintmark UK 1 penny is living proof that even the smallest things can hold tremendous value. And if you're thinking about starting your own coin collection, let this be your sign. Start small, stay curious, and always do your research. You never know what kind of riches are waiting for you. Next up, the ultra-rare 1938 UK 1 penny no Mintmark, a coin that may look humble, but packs an extraordinary legacy. If you've never heard of this rare beauty before, buckle up, because this is a journey you won't forget. The 1938 penny is more than just a copper disc. It's a relic of a nation on the verge of war, a world in flux, and a monarchy finding its footing. Struck under the reign of King George VI, this particular year is quietly special in British numismatic history. Most people wouldn't give it a second glance, and that's exactly why it holds so much hidden value. The first thing that sets the 1938 penny apart is its lack of a mintmark. That absence may seem insignificant, but in the world of coin collecting, it signals something exceptional. No mintmark often means an experimental run, a pre-circulation trial, or a coin that was never intended for general release. That's where the rarity is born. In the case of the 1938 no Mintmark penny, numismatists believe these coins may have been part of limited strikes meant for government approval, die testing, or small-scale circulation before wartime metal restrictions took full effect. These were coins made with intention, precision, and in very low numbers. Because of that, the number of surviving 1938 no Mintmark pennies is incredibly limited. Only a handful of verified examples have been recorded across collector communities worldwide. And each time one is discovered, it sends waves through the numismatic world. Enthusiasts, investors, and museums all line up, and yes, they want to buy it. How many people want this coin? The answer is growing by the day. With platforms like YouTube, online auction houses, and collector forums making coin hunting more accessible than ever, the demand is skyrocketing. Thousands of serious collectors are constantly scanning listings, attending expos, and watching estate sales, all hoping to be the next person to own a 1938 no Mintmark penny. So what about the value? Is it really that high? The answer is a confident yes. The current value of the 1938 ultra-rare no Mintmark penny ranges widely depending on condition, but for coins in excellent or near uncirculated grade, collectors have been willing to pay up to $9,500 at top-tier auctions. That's nearly $10,000 for a coin that could still be sitting in someone's forgotten drawer. And don't assume that price is the ceiling. As global interest in historical coins continues to grow, especially those from the early 20th century, experts believe the value of this coin could push past $15,000 in the coming years. Because supply is not increasing, but demand absolutely is. The beauty of the 1938 penny is in its simplicity. Featuring the portrait of King George VI on one side, the calm and noble face of a king who would soon guide Britain through its darkest hour, and Britannia on the reverse, a symbol of strength, stability, and resilience. This isn't just currency, it's identity, its heritage, its power in copper form. The coin was produced during a time when Europe was holding its breath. 1938 saw political tensions reaching boiling points, and while the public went about their lives, coins like this were quietly being struck behind the scenes, almost unnoticed, almost forgotten. Until now. Imagine owning a piece of history from the very year Britain signed the Munich Agreement, the year when World War II was right around the corner. Holding this coin is like holding a silent witness to the calm before the storm. It speaks, without words, about the strength of a nation and the weight of coming change. Collectors don't just want this coin for its rarity. They want it for what it represents. It tells a story. It symbolizes a moment frozen in time, and every detail, every smooth edge, every faded letter adds to that story's value. And the good news? These coins may still be out there. That's right. In old collections, inherited coin albums, dusty attic boxes, and antique shops across the world. If you come across a 1938 penny, look closely. If there's no mint mark, you may be holding a fortune in your fingers. If you're lucky enough to own one, now is the time to get it authenticated and appraised. And if you're a new collector, this coin should be on your radar, as a goal, a target, a dream piece. Because coins like this don't just come with value, they come with legacy. There's something thrilling about knowing that a tiny piece of copper can stir such passion, such excitement, such competition. It's why numismatics is more than just a hobby, it's an adventure. And the 1938 no Mintmark penny is one of the rare treasures waiting at the end of that adventure. So to every viewer watching this, don't ignore the coins you pass by. Don't underestimate what might be sitting in a coin jar, a forgotten collection, or even tucked away in an old wallet. The next 1938 no Mintmark penny could be waiting for you. In a world full of noise, this quiet little coin speaks volumes. It speaks of royalty, resilience, and rarity. It proves that small things, when rare, historic, and meaningful, can hold immense value. Next up, the ultra-rare 1939 UK 1 penny no Mintmark. A coin that collectors crave, a coin that tells a silent but powerful story, and a coin that could very well be sitting unnoticed in your home. The year was 1939. The world stood on the edge of a storm. Tensions were high, uncertainty ruled the headlines, and in the shadows of looming war, the Royal Mint quietly struck a limited number of pennies under the reign of King George VI. And among those coins, one stands out for its unique rarity, the 1939 penny with no Mintmark. Now, this is no ordinary coin. The absence of a Mintmark makes this penny an incredible find. Most coins have a small symbol or letter that identifies where they were minted. But this one? It's a ghost. A stealth release. A coin struck with precision but lacking that final mark of identification, and that makes it ultra-rare. Why would such a coin exist without a Mintmark? There are many theories. Some believe it was part of a trial strike, a transitional piece as the mint shifted production due to metal shortages and wartime planning. Others believe it may have been a proof coin or a limited presentation issue that somehow entered circulation. Whatever the reason, its very existence is a fascinating enigma, and that's where the value begins. There are only a handful of confirmed examples of the 1939 no Mintmark penny known to collectors. Each one is treated with extreme care and guarded in collections as a prized possession. These coins don't just represent currency, they represent a turning point in world history. The beginning of World War II, the resilience of the British monarchy, and a nation's effort to keep its economy strong in uncertain times. Let's talk value. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins, especially in fine or uncirculated condition, you could be sitting on a potential value of up to $10,000. That's no exaggeration. The highest graded examples, sealed in protective holders, authenticated by respected grading services, and preserved in pristine condition, have been known to sell for $8,000 to $10,000 depending on collector demand and auction buzz. And that's not the ceiling. As historical interest grows and collectors compete for limited rarities, the value could rise even higher. Some expert forecasts suggest that this coin could reach $12,000 or more in elite auction circles in the next few years. Because time only increases rarity. More coins get lost, damaged, or forgotten, and fewer high-grade examples survive. You might be asking, should I keep it or sell it? And the answer depends on your goals. But make no mistake, this coin is worth keeping, especially if it's in excellent condition. If you're thinking about selling, make sure to seal it in a certified coin holder, also known as a slab. Grading companies like NGC or PCGS can authenticate the coin and provide a professional grade, dramatically increasing its resale value. Sealing and grading isn't just a collector's trick, it's how you unlock the highest potential of your coin's worth. A raw coin might fetch a few hundred, but a graded, well-preserved 1939 no Mintmark penny can command thousands. That little layer of protection is your gateway to maximum value. Now, where can you buy this coin? Finding one isn't easy, but it's possible. You'll want to check reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or D&W Auctions in the UK. Online platforms like eBay occasionally list them, but you must be cautious. Always request certification or professional appraisal before purchasing. You can also network with private collectors through numismatic forums and shows, especially in the UK and Australia where British coins are in high demand. And where can you sell it? If you're ready to let your coin go and cash in on its value, Consider listing it with those same auction houses or even a high-end collectibles dealer. Websites like Great Collections or VCoins offer platforms where rare coins get global exposure. Facebook coin collector groups and Instagram coin communities are also growing places to showcase your rare find and attract serious buyers. The demand for this coin is very real. The number of people actively looking for the 1939 no Mintmark penny has increased dramatically over the last few years. With YouTube content, TikTok coin hunters, and growing online interest in collectibles, this rare coin has captured the imagination of thousands across the globe. And what makes this coin even more special is its design. On one side, the strong and steady profile of King George VI, a king known for guiding Britain through one of its most challenging eras. On the reverse, Britannia herself, the enduring symbol of the British Empire, seated with shield and trident, unbothered by time, quietly guarding her secrets. This coin is history you can hold. It's not just a relic, it's a reminder of the resilience of a nation, the strength of its people, and the endurance of its monarchy. And to collectors, that kind of symbolism is priceless. So if you're watching this and you think you might own one, don't wait. Pull out your old coin jars, family heirlooms, or inherited collections. Look closely. A small date at the bottom that reads 1939 and no Mintmark below it. That's your clue. That could be the start of a whole new chapter in your collecting journey. Whether you decide to hold it as an investment, pass it down as a family treasure, or sell it to upgrade your collection, know this: you are holding something rare, valuable, and full of untold stories. Coins like this don't come around often. And when they do, they turn heads, break records, and rewrite the story of what a penny can be worth. Thank you for watching and joining us on another deep dive into the fascinating world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next great coin.